Hey guys, and welcome back to Between the Benches. My name's Austin, and this is JJ. Today we're going to be doing our Predators versus Coyotes series preview, where we're going to look at all the players, the stats, and really get a full image to see who we think will take the series. So we're going to start with the Predators stats here. So just going over the season stats, in 69 games played, they had a record of 35, 26, and 8. They're 16th in the league. This was kind of seen as a bit of a disappointment. There's a lot of hype around them to do better, especially with big signings like Matt Duchene coming in to really turn the tides for them. They had a -2 goal differential, which put them 20th in the league, so they're definitely getting outscored a lot of their games. And when we look at their power play and penalty kill stats, we can really see why. They had a 17.3% power play, not great, tied for 24th, and a 76.1 penalty kill, tied for 28th, and they were tied with Ottawa on that. A team that was purposely tanking, trying to get as low as they could. So really all around that doesn't look good for them. Their coach is John Hines, the former New Jersey coach, who doesn't have a bit of a record to his name. Not really a great coach, especially after the firing of Peter Laviolette. So really overall the season this year looked pretty rough for them.
Perfect. Let's just jump right into the Coyote stats. So the Coyotes played one more game than the Predators, playing 70 in total, with a record of 33, 29, and 8. So it's 22nd in the league. So should they be in the playoffs? That's up for debate. They had a +8 goal differential, which was 15th in the league. Their power play wasn't great. It was 19.2% successful, 18th in the league. The penalty kill is a lot better, though, at 82.7%. That's 5th in the league. Although many people are going to say the Coyotes were the least penalized team in the league, which is true. Does that help them? Let's find out this playoffs. And their coach, of course, is Rick Tocchet. It's good to see a good Canadian defensive-minded coach in the playoffs. Let's see if his system works out for them.
Yeah, I definitely think in this category the Coyotes are the better team. They had a better record with power play and penalty kill, stronger coach, and a better goal differential.
Yeah, we definitely just have to see if the special teams translates over, right? After the break, we got to see if the players are still playing the way they played before. For Nashville's sake, hopefully better, but we'll see, obviously, in 2 days.
Yeah, when we look at the records, the Predators definitely had the better record. So what we can kind of infer from that is just a lot of high-scoring games. Not great for the goaltending, but with the Coyotes' kind of shutdown style, will they be able to slow Nashville down or not?
Yeah, we'll definitely see. Darcy Kemper is definitely going to be the biggest piece of that. How is he going to play? He's been fantastic all year, but we'll get into that later.
Yeah, and we'll get into that right now, actually. Take a look at the player stats. The goal leader for the Predators was Philip Forsberg with 21 goals. This is a bit of a down year for him, especially with the amount of games played being pretty comparable to the past couple of years. He kind of really struggled this year as well as the whole team did. Perhaps didn't fit in John Hines' system or just had a bit of an off year.
Yeah, on the other hand, Connor Garland for the Arizona Coyotes had one more goal than the Nashville's goal leader with 22. The Coyotes are a low-scoring team, so with a bunch of those players under 20 goals, it's going to be exciting to see if they can get more in the playoffs or if they're going to stay with that low number.
Yeah, absolutely. The big shining spot for the Predators come in both the assist column and the point, with Roman Josi leading the way with 49 assists and 65 points as a defenseman. Those are just crazy numbers. He really turned it on this year, showed that he was worth that big payday he got. Probably a Norris winner or at least Final Three for this year, and he just really led the way, leading as their captain, and you'll have a big impact in this series.
And this is where we can see the drop-off for the Coyotes being a low-scoring team, is you got Nick Schmaltz with 45 points, 35 of those being assists, leads both categories. He's a big question mark for if he's going to play after taking hit by Ryan Reeves. We're going to see if he plays, because that's going to be a huge part missing for the Coyotes.
A big category, however, that the Coyotes take a big W in is the goalie stat category. We went with Saros' stat here because he was just miles ahead of Rene, who had a pretty rough season. He played 40 games, had a 2.70 goals against average, and a .914 save percentage. So pretty good numbers. Pekka Rinne, however, really didn't show up this year. But do they go with Pekka Rinne in the series? He has a really good career save percentage in the playoffs, but he does kind of struggle in big games, and I'm wondering which one they'll go with for this big series.
Yeah, definitely a tough question for the Predators. The Coyotes also have two good goalies, although I think Darcy Kemper is going to get the nod for sure. He's just been statistically better for them this year with a .928 save percentage and a 2.22 goals against. I think Kemper is going to really try to prove something this postseason.
Yeah, Kemper did just get a bit of a bridge contract, so I think he wants to earn a little bit more money for sure. And I think Saros wants to steal that starting job. All right, and then now we're going to go look at the players to watch that we think are most important for the series. All right, players we think are very important to watch in this series. So the star player, kind of, the big hype guy, the key piece to win it all. I picked Roman Josi. He's the Norris finalist for the Predators. I think he's going to be extremely important if he plays his A game to win the series for the Predators.
Yeah, for the Coyotes, it was a tough pick for the star. I went with the offensive man, Taylor Hall, who's going to need to be fantastic for the Coyotes to produce against the Predators.
Yeah, we had a category called Something to Prove. So kind of a player who's really looking to prove himself in the series, either to the fans, to the coaches, to even the GM. Someone just, didn't have a great go at things and he really has something to prove. And I picked Duchesne. He got signed as their big free agent and didn't really do much for the Preds this year. They had a terrible showing offensive for most players. So I think he wants to show that he can be that number one center over Ryan Johansson and really show that he's the all-star here.
Oh, story of the Predators, signing free agents who aren't as good as they are in Nashville.
Yeah.
With the Coyotes, I went with something to prove for OEL. He's now the captain of the team. It's the first time in the postseason as the captain, so he's going to want to prove that he was the right choice for the job and that the Coyotes aren't a joke.
Yeah, big shoes to fill after Shane Doan left the team, so
Huge
it's going to be
shoes.
a bit of pressure for him. The rebound player, I picked Victor Arvidsson. He came out and said he had a nagging injury all year, and that really showed by his play. Didn't put up good numbers. Looked like he was playing hurt, but he says he's all better, so I think he's going to have a really big rebound year, put up some good numbers.
The same thing with Kessel. He also said he had an injury all year and didn't want his Ironman streak to die. We got to see if he is going to come back and play with that Pittsburgh-like style when he won those cups, or if he's going to continue to be the hot dog man in Arizona.
Yeah, are you getting Pittsburgh, Arizona, Kessel, or are you getting just Arizona?
I
Kessel?
sure hope Pittsburgh.
Playoff warrior, of course, I went with Nick Bonino. He was a huge part of those cup runs in Pittsburgh, and I really think if he can bring that, third line scoring to the team, they can make a pretty good push against the Coyotes here.
For the Coyotes, I put Goligoski. He has won a Stanley Cup in the past. He's a veteran. This year, he led the Coyotes in ice time and block shots and had a fantastic year offensively. So I really believe if the Coyotes are going to make a run, he's going to be a big part of it and be that warrior they need.
Yeah, absolutely. For the young gun that I picked to watch, Dante Fabro, when they traded away PK Subban, that was make room for Duchesne, but also they believe Dante Fabro could step in on that blue line and be a big piece to their run. PK Subban was huge against that Stanley Cup final against Pittsburgh, so if Dante Fabro can even come somewhere close to that, I think he'll be a huge benefit to the Predators, and he just plays such a mobile, exciting game to watch.
For the Coyotes, I put Barrett Hayden. He only played 4 minutes last night in the exhibition game because of Schmaltz's injury, but because of that injury, we might see him in the roster a lot more. He's done great things for Team Canada. Last time the Coyotes made the playoffs, he was 11 years old, so it really says a lot that the Coyotes need a young guy coming in and being successful for them.
Yeah, absolutely. And despite not ever playing in a playoff game in the NHL, he was Captain Canada, played with I believe it was a dislocated shoulder, and won it all. So I think he'll be a big piece if they do get him in the lineup.
Yeah, hopefully we can see that Canadian play for the Coyotes.
Yeah. So taking in all these stats and all that we've talked about, we're going to make our final predictions and give our last reasoning as to why. All right, so our last part here is our picks. My pick to take it all is the Nashville Predators in 4 games. The reason why I'm making this pick, they've been here. They've been playoffs for past couple years. This roster knows what they expect of themselves. They went to the Stanley Cup final, and a lot of the roster's still here. They got a really strong core, 2 really good centers. They have a Norris Trophy defenseman, and if they put Pekka Rinne in or Saros, I believe that their goaltending will be competent enough. I think that they're going to catch Arizona off guard, and I believe that Kemper will be able to steal 1 win from the Nashville Predators, but I think that the Preds are going to take the series in 4.
I guess I just have too much faith in Darcy Kemper and Rick Tocchet's system, but I got the Coyotes in 5. I think it's going to be tough. I believe the Predators have a better core when playing 5-on-5, but I'm just hoping for the Coyotes' sake that those special teams come out, Darcy Kemper delivers, Rick Tocchet's system of boring defensive hockey finally pays off for the Coyotes in the postseason.
Either way, whichever the series go, I highly recommend everyone watch it. Both teams have a lot to prove after this, and I think it's going to be a pretty scrappy series, especially with guys like Lawson Crouse gunning for a fight in that roster spot. What do you guys think? Let us know down in the comments. Hit like and subscribe, and tune in soon as we cover more series and more things about hockey.